Good morning, guys. It's Sonia. How are you this morning? Okay, quick. Somebody tell me what day of the week it is. It's Tuesday, right? I'm pretty sure it's Tuesday. Morning, Sandy. Good morning, Brenda. How are you, ladies, this morning? Are you ready to rock and roll? Tuesday. How much love does Tuesday get, right? Monday, we're just trying to get through and get the week started off. Tuesday, does it feel like you're starting to get back on track a little bit? Good morning, Candy. Hello, Deb. Good morning. Good morning, Shonda. If you were on my other channel, last night I did a late night live, and this is what I should not have done last night. I ended up fitting my time to go to the gym at the end of the day. Like, I think we went to the gym, me and Matt, about maybe, I don't know, it might have been somewhere around 7 o'clock by the time we got there. So to go to the gym at 7 o'clock and then wake yourself up, and then I did a live. Man, I really slept last night. I just felt like I did too much at the end of the day. Note to self, don't do that again, okay? What time do you guys work out? And if so, what is a good time for you? I'm still trying to find it. And apparently it's not in the evening, all right? Because then you feel tired the next morning. It's just too close to working out to when you wake up. But if you were on that live last night, look, guys, this is my mug I shared with you guys. I am what I am. And this is what Chris gave me. Can you look? I still have paint on me from last night's paint session. Look at that. I got to go take a shower and melt it all off of me this morning. So when I met Chris, who from the vlog you saw that we went and we celebrated her birthday this weekend, her family gave me this beautiful mug. I am what I am. That's what I always say. And it's very applicable to what we're going to talk about today as well, because one of the very best tips I'm going to give you in video is just to be yourself. You are what you are, right? I am what I am. Take me or leave me. That is that, you can't change who you are, and neither should you ever try to change who you are for somebody else. So they either get you, they want to be around you, they're picking up what you're laying down, as I always say. They're just understanding what you're doing, and they really, really like you. Just like in real life, that we meet people that sometimes we don't really click with. Same thing happens on the internet, right? Same sort of thing. So stop trying to make everybody like you. How about you just show up as who you are? And then whatever happens after that, right? The right people will follow you. The right people will stay around you, and you'll just connect with the right people. And those of you who are just joining, if you're new here on the channel, I'm Sonia with Junk Monkey Paint Company. And every day here at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we meet up and we talk a little bit about business over a cup of coffee. So we're getting ready here. Yesterday we were talking about, guys, we're talking about video yesterday. And about putting it on your page. Who, by the way, experimented with that, and what were your results? Do tell me. And what did you end up making a really short video of? Meaning, like, no edits, just point, click for your video, and then putting it on your page. Curious to see how you found, if you tried that already, and what your results were compared to a regular photo. But over the next 2 days, I am going to do a tutorial with you guys and show you how I use 2 different programs to edit. You guys asked me, and I told you my 2 programs that I used. You remember when you asked me that? So I thought tomorrow and the following day, I would take a day of each to show you each of the programs that I use. You can, at the end of the day, use whatever you want to use, but I'm just going to give you ideas and also show you just, how easy or how hard you can really make it if you really want to, okay? So that's what's going to happen over the next 2 days. But today we're also going to talk about video, and I wanted to give you ideas, all right? So when Sonia shows you how to edit video over the next 2 days, and you have 2 different programs to pick from of what you might gravitate towards, one I definitely think is more basic than the other, and you'll be able to make your own decision depending on how technical you really are or what you want to go with. But okay, so now you know how to edit. Well, what are you going to edit, right? So today I thought, before we get there, I took the time this morning to sit down and write down a bunch of ideas that you could film, so that you're not just sitting there with your phone. All right, because you can film on your phone, or if you have a camera, it doesn't matter, it doesn't make a difference, right? And you're like, okay, so now I know how to do that. Well, what am I going to film? So I thought I'd get the wheels turning so you guys can start thinking about ideas. Lisa says, you work out in the morning? Yeah, I'm probably going to try to go to the gym in a little bit, like after and just reset myself that way. Oh, you did? You did one with your Easter plates? Good girl. Love it. Shauna says, I haven't tried it yet, but I will. I've seen others posting this technique and it looks good. Absolutely. Let's see. Bridget, I made an edited video and posted it. I'll try the short video today. Absolutely. Because sometimes you don't have the energy. Sometimes you don't have the time. And plus, you know what? Change it up because your people like to see different things, right? Sometimes, people will catch different parts of what you're doing. And so keep on showing them the different parts of what you're doing. You should never feel like, oh my gosh, somebody saw that project. No, you know what? Just because you showed that project doesn't mean that Facebook showed it to all the people. It doesn't mean that their life was not busy enough because hello, the world doesn't revolve around us, right? So we post stuff out there. Everybody's got their own lives, got their own families, got their own schedules, and we post it, but never ever think that you can't post something again and again, right? Oh, Wanda says, I did one with a coffee cup that I bought yesterday. Very nice. You did a quick pic of your coffee table. Awesome. Good deal. Well, hey, chances she didn't have time for anything because she was at the hospital yesterday. That's life, right? That's the busy schedule. All right. So listen, use Jan as an example. She was taking care of life things yesterday. All right. So when you posted that picture of the coffee table, Jan would have loved to have seen it, but she was otherwise doing something else. So we all can't expect that people will see everything that we post. So I'm giving you permission to post it a couple times, but ideally post it in different formats. Okay. So that way the person that might have actually saw it and you post it again is now seeing a different view of it or a different way that you're making it on your page, right? Making it known on your page. Ooh, I'd like both to see that. Chris made a short 8-minute video of her blooming flowers. Chris R. can keep things alive. And for that, I salute you. Oh, wow. I would love to see that. It does feel a little bit like spring this morning, even though we had the raging snowstorm this winter. This weekend, it really felt like we went backwards in winter. But this morning, there is not like the leaves on the trees are not even moving, or what leaves are left. The branches on the trees are not even moving. They're just sitting there. Like it's just so quiet. Very, very quiet here this morning. It's really nice though. Sandy says, love it, Chris. All right, so let's talk about some ideas. Got a little bit of coffee. Now I feel like my mouth's going to work. So let's talk about some ideas. So when we're doing editing the next 2 days, all right, and now then you're on the other side and you're like, I should be getting ideas right now about what I can potentially do, all right? All right, so how about this one? How about if you think about a video that you can do, and maybe by the end of this conversation, you'll have something in mind so that when you do start editing, you'll be like, okay, I know exactly, I'm gonna hit the ground running, and think about the components that you might need to film. You can do a one straight, meaning that like you just film, just like if this was a video right now and it's just one continuous piece, all right, you might need to edit your beginning, your end, or you can edit anything out in the middle. Or you might want to, if you see my vlogs, you might want to do like pieces of stuff together. So as I'm talking about these ideas, think about, for the first one says intro your business. And so you can think about, I should do a video that I can put on my page and maybe I can pin it to the top as a welcome to my business, right? Talk a little bit about you. And, this is my business. I'm Sonia Miller with Jug Monkey Paint Company. And I started my business in my home. You can talk about how whatever got you to where you are today, or you can talk about what you love to do. You never overlook a piece of, furniture on the side of the road. But whatever you're doing, this applies to anything in business, whether you have a storefront, you're not a painter, doesn't matter. You still have a story. There's a reason behind why you started your business. So why not tell other people about that story, right? And tell them, people are always fascinated. A lot of people would love to have a business, but they've never gone on to, because it's a lot of work. You got to be very brave, right? I always say to have your own business, or they just don't have the time or the money, or they just never really figured out and don't have the guidance to start and be successful in their own business. And they'll look at other people and they'll get so much inspiration from you, because when they see that, you have a passion for what you do, you love what you do, and people will also support you when they know your story, right? When they understand what your philosophy is in business, right? Or why you do what you do. I talk about all the time, my philosophy in business and why I price my quality paints. When you compare it to other furniture paints out there to the price point that my paint is at, it's because I couldn't afford a can of what was considered quality furniture paint. And now I want to make sure I make it available and at a reasonable price for everybody else, right? That's part of my story. And so you have a story as well. Why do you do what you do? Write that down. That could be a great business idea, a great video idea for you. Number 2, a video can be an announcement. So you could be preparing yourself right now to something that you're doing in business, right? What is it that you can announce? Can you announce that your first video that you do, you're going to walk around your store and announce the brand new 3 new things that you just got added to your storefront. All right. Are you going to do an announcement video and plan that, okay, I just secured now the contract to sell this house, and I'm a real estate agent. So I'm going to film a video in front of the house and announce that this house just came on the market. Okay. That's a video idea. And you can announce whatever you want. You can announce that you're opening up a course. You can announce something. Remember the power of video. So when you can bring your message to life, I could write out all the stuff that I say in here every single day. Man, that would be a lot of words. But let's be honest, you probably wouldn't make it through it. You wouldn't hear the inflection of how I say it. And it's a completely different thing when you actually show up and you're in video, right? In this case, it's live video, which is awesome. Let's see here. So how about this one? Let me write those off. Oh, I do have tissue. Thank goodness. Give me 1 second here. My nose is running. I got to get used to spring up here in this new area that I moved into, because every area has different flora and fauna. And I am somebody who has allergies, food allergies. So if you look up allergy in the dictionary, you'll probably see my picture right there behind it. All right. So my nose is starting to run. All right. You could do a video of a before or after. So think about that. Do you want your first video? Maybe you're going to film it this weekend on the other side of, once we get through the editing tutorials, where you're going to say, okay, I got a piece of furniture and I'm going to film the before, I'm going to do the after, and I'm going to do it like a bit of a video where I'm showing the brownie before, what it's looking like now. I mean, before or after can again apply to anything, right? How to take plain muffins from the grocery store and transform them into beautiful, frosted, what looks like you should have paid a fortune for to bring to your kid's next birthday, right? Before and after, right? Before, these are all the parts right here. This is the blank canvas before. This is what it is now, right? This is a lump of clay before what we do, and the after of how I molded it into a piece of pottery. So you could think about doing a before or an after. Maybe it's a room makeover that you're doing. I mean, I'm just thinking all the things. You guys tell me as well, all right, as we're doing it, as we're talking about this, talking about these ideas, if you have any ideas for what would make good videos, please do. Or maybe you've done one before that went over really, really well. Please share it with everybody. How about a walkthrough? Those are good as well. People want walkthroughs. They want walkthroughs of everything, right? They want walkthroughs of where you work. When I first bought this house, I did a walkthrough of the house on my YouTube channel. You could do a walkthrough of, I don't know, you could do a walkthrough of, maybe you're at a flea market or a yard sale, right? You could walk through whatever space that you're in. If you're selling the house, do a walkthrough of the house that you're about to sell. You could do a walkthrough even in your studio going, okay, guys, this is my studio today, and I've got this piece, this piece, this piece. Which one do you think that I should work on today, right? That could be a video just walking through and giving a behind the scenes. If you want to do a behind the scenes of something that you're working on today and it's in a space, you know what? Just film the video of this is what it looks like right now, or this is my mess that I have to clean up. We're going to paint and organize today, and this is what we're going to do, right? Sandy says, oh, that's a good one. She says, what are you working on this week? That is a great idea for a video, right? Come on and say, guys, this is what I'm working on this week. You see right here? This is what I'm going to do behind me. Stay tuned. This is what's coming up. Talk about whatever you want to do, like how you're going to set up your week, whatever you want to do. I touched on this one when I said introduce your business specifically, but how about even if you just take a step back and you tell a story? A story can be something where you come on video and you tell a funny story of, guys, I got to tell you something that happened when I was at that yard sale or at that garage sale. I got to tell you a funny story of something that happened this morning. I don't know something my dogs did. It can be anything. You could tell a story though, something that you learned. Let me tell you, you don't have to say, let me tell you a story, but on the video, you are going to show up in your business and on video, and you can say something like, friends, I want to tell you about something that happened to me today. And you might be feeling like this too. And this is what I learned from it, right? It was blah, 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 you could tell a story about anything, because when you tell parts of your life, that's how you make yourself memorable. Think about it. That if you lined up a bunch of people and they all said the same thing, and this is why you never want to be cookie cutter. This is why you never want to, you can get inspiration from other people, but you never want to try to imitate somebody down to who they are, right? Because number one, like I always say, it's hard, it's going to be hard to keep that charade up. But number two, you know what? You were born to stand out, all right? You got your own ways, you've got your own hand movements, you got your own eye blinks, you got your own way you speak, your own experiences, your own life story to tell, right? So if you lined up 5 people and they all said the same thing, but then the 6th person that was added on said something about themselves, like, I don't know, I love colorful socks. And all the rest of them said the same thing and didn't really say a whole lot, didn't really show any sort of information about themselves. And somebody said, who do you want to hang out with today? Or who do you want to continue the conversation with? Well, the only person that really told you anything was the dude that said that he likes colorful socks. All right, we could probably have a conversation. Like, you got to understand that when you're on video and you're in front of your audience, you know, they are looking at other people as well. And this, you know, think about it as well, that in this light, that that there are many, many people out there, but when you're you, nobody else, people will never get from other people what they get from you, because you're different, because you're truly tapping into who you are, right? Just know that people watch all kinds of people. We have all kinds of friends, but we get certain things from certain friends, right? You can have a lot of best friends and hang out with them and be like, I love when I'm spending my time with these people because, you know, these are my trivia friends, right? They get it, right? My friend over here doesn't want to do trivia, but she loves to paint, right? My friend over here, you know what? We love to do hikes, because my friend over here, you know, she's not a hiker, but she'll go junking with me. Same sort of thing. When you are in the business world and you're just building your business on your own 2 feet on who you are as a person, people will begin to know you through the stories that you tell. They'll like your personality and they'll make a decision whether or not they want to hang around with you or not, right? So same thing. So when you tell your story, you give people the opportunity to decide whether or not they like you or not, and if they really want to hang out with you, all right? But you can tell a story about anything. You can tell a story about the story of how I painted this piece, okay? The story of the struggle is real, all right? I remember one time telling a story about how I turned on a camera and said, guys, you would not just believe what happened. You see this, you see this buffet behind me? There's supposed to be 2 more drawers, all right? And this is the story of how I got the buffet, you know, how I drove down these long dirt roads to get this buffet in an area that I'd never been to before, with my husband going, do you really think we should be going down here? We finally get the buffet home back to the shop, and we realize that 2 of the drawers are missing because somewhere along the way we took a turn, and when we took the curve, the drawers flew out the back and they landed on the pavement. All right. So when I came to this realization, I backtracked myself. This is a true story. Backtracked myself and went back to the curb, and there they were, split apart like firewood kindling. Okay. So I picked up all the pieces, brought them back to my store. I did find the 2 face plates. All right. One was in decent enough shape that I could actually paint and do something fun with it and turn it into a piece of wall decor and repurpose it. But that is how this buffet behind me, yeah, I had to turn it into a more of an organizer, TV, entertainment piece. And it did go on to sell. But now there's a reason why all those drawers right there, the two in the front, are now black and shadowy inside, because they will hold baskets or whatever you want to put into them, right? But you can tell the story of how something came to be. You can tell the story of why I decided to paint this, right? Or why I'm drawn to painting this, whatever it is that you want. We all have funny stories that happen to us on a day-to-day basis, and there's nothing wrong with telling a story, all right? That buffet, I can remember it to this day, I painted it in a black and a teal. It was a gorgeous big buffet. And I was so mad with Matt. I'm like, Matt, you lost the drawers out of it. And I was in the front seat with them, but we just took a turn. And that's when I learned many things about securing drawers into pieces of furniture in the back of a truck, okay? Things like taking your drawers out, right? These are the things that you learn after you go through a horror situation and you want to cry. So this is the next idea, which is a how-to. All right. A lot of us, especially creatives who are makers in here, those of us who are how-to people, we're like, well, we do stuff every single day, right? So we can film a how-to video, how to do whatever, how to make a necklace, how to bake a cake, whatever you want it to be. Do a how-to video. And if you're somebody out there that's, for example, in the fitness world, because I know we do have somebody that is in this group that's in the fitness world, teach them how to do it. Teach them. Help me, you know, how to do, I don't know, how to do, you know, crunches at home, or the easiest way without breaking your back, you know, or, you know, how to best prepare yourself when going to the gym, or I don't know, how to do something, right? How to do the Superman plank, whatever. Just teach them how to do something that, you know, for example, on the heels of that story, I could teach you how to better secure the drawers in your buffet so they don't fly out on the highway. All right. So there you go. It can be a how-to of anything. This is a good one right here. Another idea. You could do a roundup of stuff, meaning that there's a bunch of little videos that you did, and it could be a roundup of all the projects that you did this week. All right. Claudia says, I've been doing how-to videos, and they're fun. They are, because when you do how-to videos, it takes the pressure off of you. This is one of the reasons why how-to videos are really good for live videos, because if you wonder what you're going to say, you already have instructions, right? You already know what you need to tell people in order to do the how-to part, all right? So you're not just sitting there talking about yourself for a couple minutes. You actually can tell them about whatever it is in front of them. So deflect the focus off of you and be like, today, guys, hi, we're going to do this project, right? And tilt your phone down. And this is for the project. You're going to need a Sharpie, and you're going to need a piece of paper, and you're going to need a pair of scissors. And in order to do it, you're going to make marks on your paper. That how-tos are, especially if you're doing that sort of video, like where you're in it and you're explaining something, that can be an easy video to start off with, because you just have to think to yourself, if I was filming a video for myself, a Sonia how-to video, then what would you say to, you know, to past Sonia, right? Say it on film. So the roundup of stuff could be stuff like the projects that you've done this week. It could be little video that you took around your storefront. It could be all the vendor booths that you have. It could be little short videos of, like, for example, you guys, yesterday we talked about doing short video, and I told you that my phone right now, if I went to my video section, I have a lot of videos, a lot of little videos, right? Just the afters of, I have the befores and I have the afters. Well, when you get a bunch, you can put them together. You guys saw me do a vlog on here in the last couple of weeks where I said, you know, these were just, I was downloading stuff off my phone, and I said, I put it all into one video. And you can see a whole bunch of projects that we've done over the last couple months. That's a roundup, right? Do a roundup of products that you have, a roundup of something that you've done, you've painted, a roundup of whatever, roundup of books. All right. Think about what you have and how you can turn that into a roundup video where it's not just one subject, but it's a bunch of stuff. Host a Q&A. What do you think about that one? Do a live video, or sorry, do a video, right? Because we're talking about editing video the next 2 days. So you could do something like this. You could go on to your Facebook page or your social media where your people are, right? And you could say, friends, I'm going to film a video. What are some of the biggest questions that you'd like to ask me about XYZ, about whatever it is that you do? Hey, friends, you see me making wreaths on here. You see me posting my wreaths. What are some burning questions that you have for me? I'm filming a video, and I'd love to include answers for you. So you could think about, you know, whatever it is so you could think about doing a Q&A on whatever topic, whatever you're willing to talk about, right? Just because somebody asks you a question, you don't have to answer it. You also know that, right? I just feel like I have to put that out there. Sometimes when you do that to people and they put a question, that remember that you have boundaries, and sometimes people will ask things that are really outside of boundaries, okay? So you don't have to tell people as part of your business what you don't want to tell them. It could be anything. I mean, people just asking just rude questions. Just ignore them, okay? You are in full control. Remember, you are in full control. So when you put a Q&A out there, you never know sometimes on social media what people will ask you. But there are things that, you know what, you can keep private, all right? This is a business after all. This is not your personal life, okay? So host a Q&A. People will usually ask you stuff about, you know, how you make stuff, where you get your supplies from, your favorite technique. You know, I'm talking about those kinds of questions. So host a Q&A and then film yourself answering those videos. You can edit your video to tighten it up. You can put, like, I'll show you how to do fades in between. So say, for example, you know, you answer the question. All right, friends, say, welcome to the video, introduce yourself, and then say, so the first question I posted on my social media, and I said, what are some questions that you have for me? And this is the first question, and this is the first question I got from Sandy. And Sandy says, Sonia, I don't know, it could be something like, you know, what's your best tips for using glaze? So to get the glaze to work properly, or the best tips for using glaze on painted furniture. Well, Sandy, blah, 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 right? then you could do a fade. Okay. So on your phone or your video, you could like stop to give yourself time to think about what you're going to say and breathe, and then film another little segment. And it could be, okay, the next question I got came from Jan. And Jan said, Sonia, what are your favorite 2 brushes that you always go to? Okay, here's that answer, right? Next thing, fades. Claudia, okay, the next question comes from Claudia. And Claudia says, Sonia, what was the most memorable piece of furniture that you've ever painted? What one stands out the most to you? All right, answer your question. Next little bit, right? Bridget says to you, Sonia, do you ever miss all the pieces that you've done? You know, all the questions, right, that you get that people will ask you. That will be a very easy video to film if that's something that you're looking at doing. You can also do videos where what happens is you lay down your video. So sometimes if I go into places where, for example, music is really loud up above me, and here's the thing, when you are doing video, you have to remember that you can't you have to have rights to be able to rebroadcast somebody else's music, right? Unless you're using music that is open for you to be able to use. And we'll talk about that more over the next 2 days. So sometimes if I'm filming somewhere in a place and I can't rebroadcast that video with actual true audio because Taylor Swift is playing in the background. And you know what? I didn't pay Taylor Swift, so I can't use her music, right? And it's not free music to use, okay? Where you don't have to worry about any copyright issues. So what I'm going to have to do is learn how to take the volume off of that. And sometimes I will put music and sometimes I will do voiceovers. So if you film something, you can put a voiceover over the top of it. And this is where the videos that you see me do things like, hey friends, today we're going to, like I did the last one I did, I said, hey, we're going to hop in the time machine and I'm going to go back and I'm going to show you how I do this technique because I get so many questions about it. So let's go ahead and I'll show you all the steps I did to apply this paper that I got from Joann Fabrics to a piece of painted furniture. But I did a voiceover over the top of it. So that's a different style of video. So if you just want to film the object and learn how to just project your voice, but not actually have yourself on video, a voiceover is another cool idea. All right, how about this? We talked about the how-to, but you could also do videos of you making your product, right? So you could do sped up, where you do speed up videos. So now you're putting something together and you see your hands moving all over something, right? And people are seeing it all come together, like all the parts that make up what you do. This is when you show stuff like this, just a side note, but it's honest to goodness the truth, that when you show people a little bit of what you do, and that when you are a maker and a creator and a creative, that you put a lot of time and energy, right? You have manifested something that otherwise did not exist, right? That you took the time to go out and gather everything that you needed. That's why if you show people, you know, the struggle is real when you're hauling furniture, right? That piece of furniture, man, I wish every day that some furniture would just teleport and just like land right there in my garage and I would just show up and paint. But we know that there's work to go out and find it, like hauling it with your husband and then, you know, going in places where you're questionable places and then, you know, losing parts over the side of the back of the truck like we just talked about. You know, their struggle is real, right? You know, getting it in the truck, getting it out of the truck, loading it, you know, all the stuff. But if you're showing people parts of what you do, they can appreciate at the point that you're ready to sell it, the work that you put into it, right? Like it just didn't, you created something. It just didn't exist, right? So you could, if you're somebody that, even if you're not a maker or a creator, but you can show people today, we are, you know, we're unboxing this, or, you know, we're putting this on the shelves today, or share with people, you know, we went to this show here and guys, we went here to this market and we bought a bunch of stuff. We're going to be bringing it back to the shop for you guys. This is how we spent our Saturday morning or whatever, right? Or we flew to whatever town. Because some of you guys go out and you buy stuff at what's called at market and bring it back, right? Fully finished pieces to sell within your storefront. If you show people what goes into curating a store and the work that you do, then they get a good idea of, you know, how you work and they appreciate you more. So actually on the next one, let's move on to the next one since I said the word box. How about unboxing? How many times do we get something where we just open it off camera, but we are so excited? Why not unbox something in front of your audience, right? Something that you have, you know, something that you've been waiting for and now it's here and you can chit chat about, you know, just unboxing something. Again, that gives your hands something to do. You're talking about something as you're opening it up, and it really helps fill out a video. So you could do a really short unboxing. That might be a really easy one to do. And if you do an unboxing, maybe you bought something from Amazon that you're trying for the very first time, okay? And you got it and you're unboxing it. Remember that when we talked about affiliate links in here and signing up to be an affiliate of Amazon. If you got something and you unboxed it from Amazon and now you use it and you love it, well, guess what, guys? Now you can say, okay, and then I'm going to pull an affiliate link for this, right? Once you get set up to be able to do that. And then now you're able to share with people. They saw you unbox it. They saw you open it. And now you use it and you love it. So now you can promote it and go on, right? Chris, yeah, loading the car at the farmer's market. People will never know the struggle. The struggle is real, right? Valerie says, I'm excited to learn how to speed up videos. My husband has a couple he wants to post, but they are so long. Oh, yes. So the next 2 days is going to be the day you definitely want to watch and see how to do that. It is not hard. As long as you know, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power, right? So once you know, then you know. You don't know what you don't know, right? That's that saying. How about this one? A day in the life. So if you want to film a video, like if you have a lot of stuff going on where, I don't know, maybe it's a Saturday, since let's use that example of going out to the farmer's market. So you know what, you could do it. You could film different parts. Hey friends, right now we are in the McDonald's lineup and we are getting our cup of coffee. All right, now I'm here with my friend Diane. The next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna head over to a little town and there's this awesome place that we heard about. So let's go. Footage of the road. All right, now you're there, right? You can film a day in the life of, it could be anything. You don't even have to leave and go outside of your house. You can film a day in the life of just you in the garage going, hey guys, it's Sonia. It's about whatever time of the day it is. And I'm just getting started here. This is the piece I'm going to work on. And yeah, I'll show you the progress that I'm making over the day, right? A day in the life. You can film little things like, okay, well, I'm going to stop and have some lunch. This is what I'm eating. All right. You can say, I'm going to stop right now. And we're going to take a quick walk around the block. Take your phone with you in your pocket and film a little bit of nature. You can make videos whatever you want to make them. That's the beautiful thing about videos, and really take people with you, right? So a day in the life. All right, and this is the last one here. How about a thank you video, right? Never forgetting to say thank you to the people that support you. This is an important one, especially too. It's not that we're not thankful people, but sometimes, especially when you have a lot going on in your brain or just a lot going on in general, you can forget to stop and say thank you, just to say thank you very, very much. This week you saw me, or this weekend you saw me put in a post where the video that one of the videos that I filmed almost hit 2 million people. It's about to hit 2 million people. And I said, thank you so much, right? Somebody had to watch that. Somebody had to take the time to stop mid-scroll to watch that. And, they support Junk Monkey. They go on to buy Junk Monkey paint products as a result of watching that video. Stop and say thank you to the people, right? It's like when you, even when you work with other people, think about it yourself. If you're somebody who still works for the corporate world, being appreciated feels so good, right? It's when you go through the motions and you really don't feel like, when was the last time somebody said thank you, right? Thank you for coming in today and for working for my business. When your boss says thank you and says they notice something that you've done, doesn't it make you feel better? There are plenty of statistics out there that will tell you, and especially with my background in HR, that will tell you that people will stay longer at jobs when they feel appreciated versus when they feel overlooked and not appreciated, right? They will work for less and be appreciated and work in a place where their boss is thankful for them and they feel that and they're told that, because they just appreciate that feeling of, somebody acknowledged that they appreciate me, right? And this is a good place to work versus somebody who's making more money, but you know what? They never ever get you did a good job, or, kudos to you, or, how can I help you today? Like somebody that actually takes the time to check in and to say thank you. Sandy says, thank you, Sonia. See, you made me smile. Thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. I really appreciate you saying that. You did not have to type that, right? And so when you see people do stuff like that, like seriously, my eyes are leaking. All right. It makes me feel good when you say stuff like that, right? It makes you feel good. So why doesn't it make it when you say that to other people? Why don't you think, you can change somebody's day when you say thank you, right? Have you ever had a bad day? Have you ever had a bad day and somebody's so nice to you and you're just like, it changes things, right? hold the door open for somebody. You never know the struggles that somebody is going through. And sometimes just, let's add that as part of this, saying thank you and showing up and being positive for other people. Or, that's why when you tell a story about a struggle that you had, and then you talk about how you got through it, that's so inspirational, because somebody else might be at the same place that you were. And now you're further along and you're able to talk about it now, right? So never forget to say thank you. And it's okay to show up and tell somebody about what you learned, or, how it might help somebody else out there, especially as crazy as this world is, overconnected, but yet very disconnected. We're seeing everything, and, it makes you feel lesser than, and, just all the weird feelings that you can have, especially when you bring social media into the mix. And at the end of the day, I think that this is the truth. I think that people just want to be seen and heard. Can you agree with me with that? Like, do you feel like that too? At the end of the day, people want to know that they are here, and that somebody else acknowledges them, and that somebody else sees them for who they are, appreciates them for who they are. Why do you think that we put bumper stickers on the back of our car, right? Why do you think on social media we share stuff? We want people to know who we really are. We want to leave this world knowing that we left a mark behind, a legacy. We're going to be memorable. Somebody's going to remember us for something that we did, or how we went on to help other people, right? So why not say thank you to somebody else? Because you just never know if you're making or breaking somebody else's day. So that's my thoughts. I just really think that when we take the time to do that, you just don't know, right? You just don't know. And somebody who feels like, everybody lives different ways, and everybody has different lives, right? And so when people are with you, you just never know what they just walked out of, right? You just never, ever know what they've just gone through, the struggles that they're having. And so what is wrong with saying thank you, or telling somebody something positive about them today, right? What I always say, you guys are awesome. You guys are perfect the way you are. Don't ever change who you are. You're just perfect. You have the right amount of everything, okay? You already have everything that you need in business. You might need a little bit more confidence to put yourself out there, but don't ever try to be like somebody else, right? You're awesome as you are. Deb says, empathy goes a long way. Isn't that true, right? We're all humans. We're all humans. Debbie says, a lot of us feel invisible. Yeah, we want to shout from the rooftops. We're here. Hello. Hello. That's why we wear shirts, right? We're proud, right? And by the way, thank you to those of you who purchased our Banana Bunch swag that we put up yesterday. Thank you so much. I saw all your orders. So yeah, right. You want to announce Banana Bunch family, right? Bananas over junk. I am the junk queen, right? Why are we drawn to stuff like that? It's because we want people to know who we are, right? We don't want to be invisible. We want to show people a little bit of who we are. And so some of us express it through what we put on shirts, right? Or in the back of our cars, or anything like that. We express ourselves through our art. Ever think about that, right? Why do you paint furniture? Why do you do what you do? Why do you make pottery? Why do you do jewelry, right? You don't have to. You don't have to. And you also don't even have to do a video and share it with anybody else, right? But I think part of that is you want people to, you want to leave something behind, right? You want to help other people. You want to create, you want to take what's within and bring it to a physical place where people can see you. Sometimes you feel like they see you when they see your work, right? And that's how we take from what's within and we manifest it physically. And a lot of times when we do that, when we're brave enough to put ourselves forward, that people love what you're doing, and it can go on to be a beautiful thing in life, where now you're getting to, do what you love to do, and you're getting to sell it to other people. People are recognizing you, seeing you. They see your website. They see your social media. They love it. Why do you think that we love it when we get a like or a heart or a comment? It makes us feel like we're not invisible. Like, hello, I'm here, right? We're all just humans. Yes, you are, Pam. Jan says, I love the clothing and I still need an apron. Absolutely. Lisa says, a smile and a hello can make a big difference in someone's day. Yep. We all like to turn ashes into beauty. Absolutely. For me, I think that I love to take, for the furniture side of things, I love seeing a piece of furniture that somebody was either destined to go in the garbage. And when you can say, no, he or she is better than that, right? I can do something with them. We can save them. They're perfect. That piece, Dips it dinged up is perfect just the way that it is, right? It's beautiful. I don't have to try to make something more out of it. It's perfect. I'll take it, tired, torn, worn out, abused, whatever. No, we can make so much more out of it, right? It's like that piece of furniture is waving like, do you see me? Do you see me? I see you, girl. I'm coming for you. We're going to put a beautiful, new dress on you. We're going to put some paint onto you and make you beautiful again, right? When you have the ability to even do that with furniture, do you ever think about stuff like that? Like, it's like you're saving the life of a piece of furniture. You're thinking something that was destined to like be destroyed, right? Because you have the vision to go, I can save you. I can do something with you. Chris says, I see beauty in old, worn out furniture. And not everybody does, right? But we stop and we smell the roses and we see it, right? We see what's going down there. Bridget says, a little glue, paint, love, and it's perfect. Candy says, we all want to belong and celebrate our contribution. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Being human is a real art. Yep, absolutely. And it's okay to feel certain ways, feelings are real. Anybody can feel any way at any given time. And you know what, even for a business owner, that was something that, one of the lessons that I learned in life is that even when you just on the heels of that, when you are in business and somebody comes in and they say that, I don't really like that. Okay. You're allowed to feel that way, right? Why do we get so upset? We take it personal when really it's just business, right? Somebody is allowed to say, not they're being rude and just, awful, get rid of them. But what I'm saying is if somebody has a difference of opinion from you, that's okay. Because you know what? That's the spice of life. Like I say, it would be boring if we all thought the same, right? Things would never ever come to be like conversations that spur off of each other. All the good things that come when you sit around a table and you talk with fellow creatives, as an example, and things come to life and you get ideas, like that's wonderful. But yes, when somebody says something that, is like, oh, well, I would have did this color. That's okay. Okay, cool. Right. That's awesome. Whatever. You still did it. If you're still loving it. Chris says, I love using all the little fabric scraps for quilts. Yeah. You know what? The best businesses, if you go and like you look up business and, you get more deeper into business, what they tell you or what former people who have been successful in business will tell you is that if you can make use of something that you're discarding as part of what your business is, if you can find something over here for like those scraps that would normally get tossed out, then you know what? That's a beautiful thing because now you're actually using something that otherwise would have been thrown out. And now you're able to make profit off of that. And you're able to make unique stuff because you're utilizing that into a bigger product, right? Into a bigger piece, which is going to be your quilts. That is awesome. Alyssa says, yep. She says, personality shows in the work that we do for sure. And she says, my heart smiles when I get hearts and thumbs up. True story. That is why in this group, when we show up for other people and you see somebody live in your feed, just to pop on and say, hey, gotta run, but you know what? Keep on keeping on, or looks great from here. Or, I love what you're doing. Great project, great color. Even if you can't devote yourself to stay for the entire live, just say hello, because you know what? For that moment, when they look up from their camera, they see somebody familiar in what feels to be a very scary time for them. So, say hello to people, go support each other, give them a like or a heart. There's nothing wrong with that. Sandy says to Alyssa, I would love to send some love. What is your channel? Be sure to go ahead and drop your social media businesses, guys. So if you're chatting today and somebody new's on here and they want to follow you, this is a great opportunity for them to be able to find you. So I don't know how many things we just talked to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 different ideas there for videos for something that you can film. So do you have a video? So let me ask you this. Do you have a video in mind? Because this will help me too when I'm talking over the next 2 days and doing tutorials. So I can be like, okay, so for those of you who want to do this style video, this is going to be very helpful to you, is knowing where this tool lives within this program. So do you guys have right now, you were to film your first video, not if, you will say, this is the community of people who will do things. I will film a video. What is your first video going to be of? Did you pick something? You have something that you're gravitating towards? It can change, but what right now is something, what style video do you think that you want to do? Okay, good. Valerie says, how to speed up videos. So she wants to know how to do time-lapse videos. So I'm going to show her tomorrow. I'm going to write that down. Time-lapse is important. Good. Claudia says, I tell people not to throw away their old or broken jewelry. It can be used for so many things. Absolutely. And when you become known as somebody who does something and you stay doing something long enough, okay, this is where a lot of us get in trouble. We start jumping around. Before it gets really good, we give up and we switch to the next thing, all right, instead of going at it for the long haul, all right? So you start to play a game of football and it's hard. Well, no, it's got the full 4 quarters that's in it, right? And it goes on for a long time. So you can't give up when you're just starting to play in your business, and you can't just switch and like walk off. All right. You get the whole game. It goes on for years. All right. It's a long game. And so don't jump around. Pick something and be known for it. So Claudia, as part of your business, if that is what you do as part of your business, then you know what? Share that with people. And then what will happen is it'll get easier in business because people will bring stuff to you. When they see stuff, they will think of Claudia and go, oh my gosh, I should get that for her. I should bring that home, right? Friends will leave stuff for you on your doorstep. They will help spread the word. Oh, Claudia will take that. So that's a really cool business. Shonda says she's interested, okay, in learning about how to do roundups. You got it. How to splice videos together. Talking over or putting music over time-lapse videos. So voiceover and adding music. And then, of course, bringing down the sound. So you can paint a piece of furniture or do whatever you're creating, talking to somebody and having a complete conversation, knowing that at the end of the day, you didn't have to be quiet for those full 4 hours or whatever it took you to do whatever you had to do, because you could bring down the audio later, bring down the sound over it, right? Voiceovers, okay, got that one. Tacking videos together. Yep, I think that probably would be like a roundup. Same idea, or maybe more of a vlog style, like where you have different videos and you're piecing them together, okay? Good morning, Susan. Oh, adding text, that's a good one too. Adding text to your video. Got it. That's a good one. Having the clip go back and forth. Having the clip go back and forth. I'm trying to think what that means. Give me one more sentence to explain that one. Do you mean like, I'm just trying to think. Do you mean like where I'm talking about something present and I'm talking about something I painted before? Because what I'm doing is writing all these down. So you're going to see me. For those of you who have asked about voiceovers, as part of this video, I'm going to show you how I do a voiceover, okay? So we're just going to do a bunch of editing videos, and then we're going to stay with it. We're going to batch it out, meaning that we're going to talk about videos, because one of the biggest things that you can do is to move your business forward is getting better at video. Yesterday was the most simple form of video, and now over the next few days, we're going to talk about truly doing some work to do more curated video, okay? More edited video. That's what it's called. There's most definitely a story behind the name. You'll have to tell us, Alyssa. Thank you, Chris. She says, don't forget to give Sonia some love or like for her video today. I appreciate you. I always say this video runs on love and your thumbs up. Thank you very, very much. Kim is talking about hyperlapse. Do you think that's like a speed through? Do you think that's what she means? I think that might be what it is. So I will cover all these things and show you guys how I do videos and talk a little bit about, I also got to talk a little bit about as well about like creating a beginning, a middle, and an end, like a good old story. Okay, I look forward. Oh, good. Alyssa says she looks forward to being in here and everybody in the group and having so much fun. Naomi says a GIF or a boomerang, perhaps. Okay. Got it. So remember, let's all go work in our businesses and do something. Bounce. Oh, she says bounce from forward to backward. Oh, like a reverse boomerang. Okay. Or just a reverse video. Maybe that's the way to say it. Reverse video. Cool. All right. So get a good idea of the first video that you want to edit, map it out in your brain, and then tomorrow I'm going to show you the technical side of how to bring it together. So if you have time today, you already have a great idea. There's nothing to stop you, right, from taking your phone and going out and filming something today. And then tomorrow you'll see how to bring it together, right? You are welcome, Valerie. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, thank you for hanging out with us. It's coming up to 9 o'clock, and we're going to get on with this day. Remember, always do things that move your business forward, because if you're going forward, you're not staying still and you're not looking behind, right? What's that saying? You always have eyes in front of your head. So let's go do something that moves our business forward. Thank you guys for the love and the hearts. You make my day. And seriously, because of you and your feedback, this is why this community will continue to go on. So it runs on your love. So thank you very, very much for all the hearts. I am catching them and I am eating them up and having them for breakfast today. All right. I'm going to go finish off my coffee and get into stuff. So I will see you guys again soon. Yep. Go create. Debbie says. Rita says, thank you all. She always learns something great in here. Good. And I always say, I hope I left you better than I found you, right? You have something to think about at the end of the day as you go on to do your business. Mom, good morning. Mom's on here. Bye, Chris. Chris says, love this group. Bye, Chris. Love you too. Thank you for helping me moderate and doing what you do for me in here, both you and Naomi. See you, Stacy. Have a good day. Chris says, hi, Mom. Mom, we're all coming to visit. All right, get the bacon on, Mom. The bacon and the coffee and the toast. My mom's a good cook, all right? People come to her from all over the world to eat her food. So, Mom, get ready. The banana bunch is coming up to Newfoundland, okay? And we're going to have breakfast with you. All right. Love you too. See you guys. I will talk to you guys again tomorrow morning. Take care and have a wonderful day. See ya.